Hey guys, Captain Foley here, and it's time for a Batman v Superman spoiler-filled review. I've already done my spoiler-free review, and I've got some Batman Superman figures here. I know they're not the ones from the movie, but that's okay. This is more classic. And I had my Batman figures on my spoiler-free review, so if you want, check it out as well. But this being its second weekend, apparently its attendance has dropped 80%, which I find very strange. This is a good movie. Whether you want to think so or not, don't listen to the critics. Don't listen to the reviewers. They're stupid. Is how it's basically I'm gonna put it. They're not really comic book fans per se. If you're a comic book fan, you should like this movie. There's no reason not to go see it in theaters. Don't let people's bad reviews and whatnot cloud your judgment. The movie does have some flaws. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But no movie's perfect, and this, I would say, is just as good as many of the Marvel movies. Not only have we been waiting for it forever, but there's a lot of things about it that are pretty amazing. So let's just start at the beginning and kind of get into it. I might miss a few things, and if I do, I apologize. I can maybe address those in the comments. I don't want to make this too long. At the beginning, we see yet again the death of Bruce Wayne's parents. And I know it was so that, you could hear Thomas Wayne say Martha, and you kind of get that in your head for later. But really, we've seen this many times ad nauseum. I don't want to see it again. Cool little thing, they were coming out of the movie Excalibur, which happens to be one of my favorite movies of all time. So that's cool. And then it goes to the funeral, and he falls down the thing with the bats, and then he starts to like raise up like Superman. And I saw this twice in theaters, and each time I looked at the person I was with, and I was like, because the second time I completely forgot why that was happening until right before the flash, where it's like in the dream, you know. So yeah, we don't need to see that again. Please never ever show us Batman's parents dying ever again. We know it. We get it. We understand. That's why he's Batman. Surprised you didn't see Superman's planet explode. See Krypton explode. Basically, this was Superman 2. This was just a continuation, pretty much straight on from the first Superman movie. Although it became more of a Batman film, which is a shame. I don't think it should have ended the way it did, but we'll get to that when we get to that. The part in the desert with Lois Lane really didn't add anything to the story, didn't really make any goddamn sense. Even the weave that they had throughout the story, I don't understand why Superman was blamed for all those deaths. That's just stupid. Apparently Jimmy Olsen was the photographer that was with Lois Lane that got killed, so no Jimmy Olsen in the DC movies universe anymore, guys. So spoiler alert there. Well, the whole thing's a spoiler alert, I guess. Yeah, so that whole scene didn't make any sense at all. I didn't care about it. I didn't think it needed to be there. Now there is, like, as I might say a few times during this, there is a rated R director's cut of this movie that has, I've heard, anywhere from half hour to an extra hour of additional footage that I would love to see, because I think it might tie up a few problems and loose ends. But so maybe that storyline has more meaning or something. I just didn't care about it. It's even the second time around, I'm like, why are we talking about this bullet? Who gives a shit? Oh, it ties Lex Luthor in. Well, so it just seems like a really weak setup, and it's just so convoluted. Anyway, to see Amy Adams in a bathtub is amazing, but that scene really wasn't needed to be played out like that. I love the fact that Lois Lane does know who Superman is in these movies, and it's not so stupid like the original movies where I'm a reporter and a world class reporter, but I can't figure out that Clark Kent is Superman. Like, seriously. So that's good. Um, anyway, the beginning of the movie is very slow. It's disjointed, and it doesn't seem to flow very well. And I think the reason for that is because of the editing choices that they made to make it 2.5 hours for the theater experience. like I said, I want to see the rated R or the extended version of it. I think that might solve a few issues with the movie. I don't think it'll fix the movie 100%, but um, I mean, Alfred was amazing. Batman was amazing. I think Ben Affleck is by far the best Batman, the best cinematic Batman we've ever seen. Sorry, Christian Bale, you're kind of we got the cancer voice, you know, got the cancer raspy voice, and I hate the bat suit from the Nolan films. It just doesn't work for me. The new bat suit's very incredible. I know this isn't it. I know that, but I wanted to share some of my other figures with you guys. Um, so yeah, he's awesome. Henry Cavill is Superman. I think is spot on. Amy Adams as Lois Lane is very nice to look at. I love Amy Adams very much. Um, she didn't add much to the story though, and she kind of her storyline kind of flip flop between being relevant and not relevant to being relevant to being not relevant to being the damsel in distress to it just pick a course and go with it. They're still speaking of casting, so we got what's his nuts as Lex Luthor, and apparently they're scrambling now, saying, "Oh, it's the son of Lex Luthor." And I know he does talk about his father in the company, establishing the company in the movie, but so that's not the real Lex Luthor apparently. But you know what? Um, I forget her name, Gadot, whatever, that plays Wonder Woman. Fantastic. Not really who I would pick to play Wonder Woman. I mean, she's got the look. She's got kind of a strange accent, but she's not really built like Wonder Woman, if you know what I mean. She needs a bit more. That's just me being misogynistic, I guess. But I think that Wonder Woman, I want more like a Linda Carter kind of thing going on the screen. Don't get me wrong. It makes sense that she's not built like that because she is a warrior. She does fight. And some great fight scenes with her. Her fight scenes, her music, the Wonder Woman theme from the soundtrack is phenomenal. Definitely, it's on my phone already. It's one that I just absolutely love. I love hearing that. So yeah, the whole Lex Luthor thing is very strange. The fact that his assistant gets blown up is kind of disturbing. I thought he kind of counted on her more than that. I forget her name too. Anyway, like I said, it's been like a week since I've seen this movie, and it's not really fresh in my mind, and it should be when I do this review. But I kind of wanted to get to the end part of it. The whole Doomsday thing, like this movie feels like it could have been 2 or 3 movies separately on their own, and I think they really mishandled the whole storyline and ending. Doomsday was way too soon. Doomsday wasn't as much of a threat as he should have been. I think there should have been another standalone Superman movie before this movie, and a new Batman movie, independent Batman movie before the battle. Personally, that's what I thought. So that whole Superman versus Batman is one movie. Then after we've had another Superman movie and we care more about the character, because I mean, if you don't have the back knowledge of comic books and history that we have with Superman, really that death at the end of the movie was not impactful at all. I didn't give a shit that he died because he's coming back. It's just that simple. So there's that. But the whole forming the Justice League should have been its own independent movie after the Batman and Superman movie. And I know that DC was trying to play catch up to Marvel, and they really did a piss poor job of that, I think. Because they just shoehorned too much stuff in, especially at the end. So should have been a standalone Superman movie, a standalone Batman movie, then a Justice League movie, then the Doomsday movie where Doomsday comes and he kicks the shit out of everybody in the Justice League to the point where Superman at the end is like, I'm the only one that can stop him, and sacrifice yourself, done. Then we actually would have given a shit that you died. As it was, I didn't care. And it's stupid. And they couldn't even, couldn't even hold off the fact that he's going to be returning. Everyone knows that he will, obviously, but to have the dirt rise off the coffin at the end was kind of the Flash. What the fuck? That's not the Flash to me. Um, Aquaman, Cyborg, meh. Like, I don't know. There was too much going on, and that whole little email to Wonder Woman from Batman, which interestingly enough, if you look at the picture, that's Chris Pine beside her. So I don't know if that's from the new Wonder Woman movie that's coming out. I think it probably is, but the whole email to her just seemed really stupid. Like, who reads an email like that one line at a time? Well, apparently someone in a movie does, so that we can get that impact from it. So that was stupid. The whole just shoehorning the Justice League guys in for that little clip was really, really stupid. One or two of them should have at least showed up at the end somehow. I half expected Aquaman to come out of the water to bring up the kryptonite spear. I was really hoping for that, actually, but that didn't happen. The whole battle seemed forced and stupid. Like, why Lex Luthor and Batman weren't working together, but Batman chose this night, and Lex Luthor had a plan to get them to fight. It was incredibly stupid. I kind of made a joke to my son when we watched it. Batman fires up the bat symbol, and he's like, looks up in the sky and like, oh, I'm here already. You know, we found out that Gotham is basically across the harbor, across the bay from Metropolis. Like, I've heard it compared to New York is Metropolis, New Jersey is Gotham. I don't think they should be that close together, personally, because, I mean, Superman could just fly over to Gotham and solve all Gotham's problems in a second anytime there's a big issue. And, like, you do that anywhere on Earth, I guess, because he's Superman, but, yeah. Anyway, that was stupid. There's just so many stupid things. When they launched the nuke at Superman and Doomsday, that was pretty cool to see Superman all desiccated and like floating in space, just like in the Frank Miller The Dark Knight Returns. That was really well done. Like, this was the whole Dark Knight Returns thing. Batman v Superman should have been its own movie, not this Doomsday stuff going on at the same time. So to kind of shoehorn that visual imagery in just because. And then Doomsday didn't really look like Doomsday, although at the end where he kind of beefed up. But to have the glowing eyes and the... Just don't even get me started. The whole Lex Luthor in the kryptonite ship was kind of stupid. Why did he need his fingerprints when he just had the dead body of Zod with him? He just put the hand on the scanner. Just stupid little things like that annoy me. Wow, so many other things. I should have written all this down because I have some good points, but I just wanted to get into it and get this done and not make it too long. So, yeah, there's just we didn't have enough development time for either character, really. I mean, Superman, the first movie was good, but I think it needed another standalone Superman movie for sure. And we didn't need a standalone Batman movie per se, because we are going to be getting some of those, hopefully. But I really think that this is the best Batman that we've ever seen. Even the toys, the gadgets, the bat suit, the bat armor, Alfred. Alfred needed more screen time. Alfred was amazing. And I don't know if it's ever explained. Whatever happened to Wayne Manor? I know that Wayne Manor gets destroyed in one of the Nolan films. Is that a tie into that? That might be in the rated R extended cut as well. I'm not sure. So, just a lot of strange things. And the fact that Superman heard Lois Lane banging on the thing underwater while fighting Doomsday seems a little off to me, personally. The whole Flash thing coming through, and you've been right about him all along, and she's the key, Lois is the key, Am I too soon? I'm too soon. That, first of all, was that a dream? Because it kind of happened at the end of a dream sequence, but then he woke up from that. So was that a dream, or was that setting up for one of the new movies um, with the evil Superman in the future because Lois Lane dies? And is Batman having seen visions or prophecies, or just dreaming? Because even the Omega symbol and the Dark Seed and the parademons, I think they're called, the flying things, that was all very strange, and again, should have been its own movie. To put that in this one is just confusing. To even, like, I'm a casual comic book fan, especially uh, like, I don't know much about Darkseid. I don't know, I know the main Superman stories. I know the main Batman stories. I don't know a lot of the crossovers and a lot of the little things. I'm not that into it, and even I was confused at that point. Like, I have since heard that that's Darkseid and all that kind of stuff. So it makes sense to me now that I've heard about it and done kind of a little bit of research. But just a casual viewer, just that is really confusing. Yeah, those whole flashback scenes, even the scene where he floats at the beginning, is just stupid beyond all belief. And a lot of people kind of complained about that in the theater while it was happening. Like, what is this, Superman? What's going on? Is Batman can't fly? It's like, yeah, not the best choices. It kind of made sense when they explained that it was a vision, but so yeah, I kind of rambling here, so I apologize, but I just think that was really mishandled. They didn't do a very good job with a lot of the things. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a good movie. I will be buying it in 3D. I will be watching it many more times. If you like comic books, movies, you like action movies, you like Superman and Batman, you're going to love this movie. So don't listen to the critics. Don't listen to the bullshit reviews. Go out there and watch it. Just the first hour or so, there's a few confusing scenes and storylines which you can kind of dismiss. Go take a piss or something because you're not going to miss anything. Just don't do that near the end during the battle because there's so much going on. It's really awesome. But yeah, the whole him sacrificing himself at the end was just, I really didn't give a shit because who cares? I wasn't that invested in the characters, and I know who they are. If all you've gone on is movies, it's really too soon to do that. And where's the joy in the DC universe? There's one joke. There's one in joke, really, that, not really an in joke, but it's just a joke in that movie that was kind of made people laugh in the theater, and that was, I'm a friend of your son's. Yeah, the cape kind of gave that away. That was kind of funny. The other thing I found funny was the whole, will there be any wine left for future generations of Waynes? Like, that's going to happen. That was kind of funny, too. But, I mean, it's just so humorless, and the Marvel universe is so much better cinematically than the DC universe, and it's a shame because DC's got such a great lineup of characters, great storylines, but it's just so dark and like, lighten it up a little bit, guys. DC makes some great animated movies, and they need to transfer that over to the cinematic realm because. And then don't rush. Don't rush it. I don't know why they rushed this one so much and shoehorned so much in. I know they need to play catch up a little bit, but I think it was a huge, huge, huge mistake. Like I said, there were at least 3 or 4 different movies going on in this one movie, and you can tell because it just doesn't make any sense. Senator Finch, absolutely hated that character. I hated the actress who played her. I mean, I just wanted to punch her in the face every time I saw her on screen. She had a nice back and forth with Lex Luthor, though. Lex Luthor kind of bothered me. He was psychotic, but not evil. There's recently been a scene that's been released where he was on a Kryptonian ship when they captured him, when the SWAT team went in, and he was talking to some kind of character that dissolved away. Whether that's Darkseid, I don't know. It doesn't really look like the Darkseid that I've seen anyway. So I know he's got all the secrets of the universe in that ship. They never explained that in the movie. That one little clip would have made so much more sense when he said that, something's coming at the end. Because I think that confused a lot of people, especially some of the people that I saw it with were like, what? How does he know what's going on? So that should have been left in. It was such a short scene. So I think if we see a lot more of that stuff, and if there's going to be half an hour to an hour of cutout footage, I think this movie is going to be so much phenomenally better once you see the R-rated full version of it. So that's all I have to say about the movie, really. Leave your thoughts below, comments. I liked it. I did think it had some problems, especially editing wise and story wise, and just trying to play catch up and get everything in and shoehorn everything in. It just big mistake, guys, big mistake. But that's my opinion. I want to hear your opinion, and I hope you enjoyed this quick review. I didn't really go into a lot of the nitty-gritty aspects of the the actual storylines that are kind of confusing, but hopefully you got something out of this. The main thing I want you to get out of this, first of all, this is a spoiler review, so if you are watching it, chances are you've seen the movie. I would say go see it again. I saw it twice, made it better the second viewing. I'm sure 3 or 4 times is really going to make it even better. And then, like I said, once that full version, rated R version comes out, we should have a lot more answers to our questions. So definitely go see it again. If for some reason you haven't seen it, but you've heard all the hype around it and you've heard some of the spoilers and you watch this review, I highly recommend you go see it. Let's boost the DC numbers. I want to see more DC films. I think they can do an awesome job. I don't want them getting canceled because of poor performance on the part of this movie, which I don't think it really deserves. I think there was too much hype over the last 2 years about it, and it just got people too hyped and it let people down, and that's a bad idea. So that's my review, and I want you to go see it. Whether you've seen it before or you haven't seen it before, Captain Foley says go see this movie. Spend your money, and you won't be disappointed if you're into for action movie. If you're in for an Oscar-winning drama or love story, you're going to be sadly disappointed. So don't bother going in that case. But if you just want to shoot 'em up action, well, not really shoot 'em up. If you want an action movie, comic book movie, this is definitely up your alley, and I think you will definitely enjoy it. So I would suggest checking it out. And I think in my spoiler-free review, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I didn't think it was bad. It just has a few issues that could be fixed. It could even still be fixed with that unrated version, which we've heard so much about. So there is hope still for this. Anyway, I want to see more of Ben Affleck as Batman. I don't want this to discourage him. Anyway, guys, it's Captain Foley signing off until next time. Hope you go see the movie, and I look forward to your comments, questions, anything about that. Please leave them below, and I will address those. And check out all my other videos on this channel. Lots of cool stuff. And please like this video, if you like this video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on anything else that we do over here on the Trek Carrots page. Lots of cool stuff going on. I even got some movie reviews. Go check those out. All right, guys. I will talk to you all very soon. It's Captain Foley signing off.